In homes all across the globe, from bustling city apartments to quiet suburban houses, you will find a familiar silhouette. It stands tall and architectural, its leaves like living sculptures. This is the snake plant, a member of the genus Dracaena. Many still know it by its old name, Sansevieria. This plant is one of the most successful houseplants in the world. It has earned this title not through delicate beauty, but through sheer, unyielding resilience. It asks for so little, yet gives back so much. Its presence is a quiet statement of strength and endurance, a green companion that thrives on what other plants might consider neglect. This is a plant that has truly mastered the art of survival. The success of the snake plant is a story of remarkable adaptation. It has an almost mythical reputation for being indestructible. This is not an exaggeration. It can tolerate low light, infrequent watering, a wide range of temperatures. Its sword-like leaves are not just for show. They are marvels of biological engineering. They are designed to store water for long periods, allowing the plant to withstand drought with ease. This incredible toughness is why it has become a cornerstone of modern indoor gardening. For beginners, it offers a forgiving introduction to the world of plants. For experienced growers, it presents a fascinating study in form and function. Why has this plant captured our imagination so thoroughly? Its appeal is twofold. First, striking visual form. The clean, vertical lines of its leaves fit perfectly with modern design aesthetics. They bring a touch of the natural world indoors without adding clutter. Second, quiet, undemanding nature. In our busy lives, a plant that can look after itself is a true gift. It purifies the air we breathe, adds a sense of calm to our spaces, all while requiring minimal fuss. It is a plant that works with our lifestyle, not against it. Its simple elegance and robust character make it a timeless classic. This essay will unlock the world of the snake plant. We will journey from its evolutionary roots in the harsh landscapes of Africa to its place in our homes today. We will explore its fascinating history, its unique biology, the science behind its survival. We will look at the vast diversity within its family, from common varieties to rare collector's items. You will learn the best techniques for its care and propagation, ensuring your plants do more than just survive, they thrive. This is a complete guide to understanding and appreciating one of nature's most extraordinary creations. It is a masterclass in all things Sansevieria. To understand the snake plant, we must first travel to its homeland. Our journey takes us to the vast, arid landscapes of tropical Africa. The heartland of Dracaena trifasciata stretches across countries like Nigeria, the Congo, Tanzania, Kenya. These are lands of stark beauty and extreme conditions. Here, the sun beats down with relentless intensity. Rains are often scarce and unpredictable, followed by long, punishing periods of drought. The soil is frequently rocky, sandy, poor in nutrients. It is in this challenging crucible that the snake plant was forged, evolving over countless generations into a masterpiece of resilience. This is not a plant that was coddled in a gentle, temperate climate. It is a survivor, born from hardship. Imagine the East African savanna, a landscape of open grasslands, acacia trees, rocky outcrops. During the dry season, the ground bakes hard under the heat. Life seems to hold its breath, waiting for the next rains. It is here, often in the partial shade of larger shrubs, or nestled in the crevices of rocks, that you will find wild snake plants growing. They anchor themselves in the thin soil, their tough, fibrous roots gripping tightly. Their survival depends entirely on their ability to endure these long, thirsty months. This environment shaped every aspect of the plant's design, from its tough, sword-like leaves to its hidden underground network of rhizomes. The evolutionary pressures were immense. Plants that could not conserve water simply did not survive. Those that were too soft or palatable were quickly eaten by grazing animals. The snake plant adapted brilliantly to both threats. Its leaves developed a thick, waxy outer layer, a cuticle, that acts like a waterproof coat, drastically reducing moisture loss through evaporation. The leaves themselves became stiff and fibrous, making them unappealing to most herbivores. This combination of traits allowed the plant to colonize niches where other, more delicate plants could not gain a foothold. It found its strength not in rapid growth, but in steadfast endurance, becoming a permanent feature of its harsh native habitat. This origin story is the key to understanding why the snake plant behaves the way it does in our homes. Its tolerance for infrequent watering is not a preference. It is a deep-seated survival instinct honed over millennia. Its ability to thrive in low light mimics the dappled shade it would find under larger plants on the savanna. When we bring a snake plant into our living rooms, we are inviting in a living piece of African wilderness. We are welcoming a plant whose entire genetic history is a testament to the power of patience and persistence. Its simple care requirements are a direct reflection of the difficult world from which it came. The snake plant's most remarkable secret weapon is hidden from view. It is a biological process, a clever twist on photosynthesis, that lets it thrive in arid environments. Most plants open tiny pores on their leaves, called stomata, during the day. They take in carbon dioxide. They release oxygen. But that also causes heavy water loss through evaporation in hot, dry air. In the African savanna, open pores in daytime heat would be a death sentence. The snake plant, and other succulents like cacti and agaves, evolved a brilliant solution. It's called crassulacean acid metabolism, or CAM photosynthesis. CAM flips the normal schedule on its head. The snake plant keeps stomata sealed all day, stopping precious water from escaping. At night, in the cool, it opens those pores. It breathes in carbon dioxide. It stores that CO2 as an organic acid, specifically malic acid, hence the name. The plant essentially holds its breath all day, only taking in night air when dehydration risk is lowest. That adaptation is a primary reason for its drought tolerance. At sunrise, stomata close again, locking CO2 inside leaf cells. Daylight energy then finishes photosynthesis. The plant converts stored acid back into CO2. It uses that CO2 to make sugars for energy and growth. This two-step cycle, collecting CO2 at night and using sunlight by day, conserves water extremely well. It lets the snake plant survive weeks or months without rain, relying on water stored in thick succulent leaves. It's a marvel of natural engineering, honed over millions of years. That pathway also explains the snake plant's slow growth. Storing CO2 as an acid, then converting it back requires extra energy. It's not as direct or fast as standard photosynthesis. So snake plants grow at a measured, slow pace. They're not racing to get big. Their strategy favors conservation and long-term survival. They invest energy wisely, building strong, durable structures. They expand their rhizome network slowly but surely. That slow investment helps them withstand whatever the environment throws at them. The snake plant's relationship with humanity is ancient, stretching back long before it was considered a decorative object for the home. For millennia, indigenous peoples across Africa recognized the immense value in its tough, fibrous leaves. The plant was a vital natural resource. One of its most important uses was making cordage. Fibers could be extracted, dried, and twisted to create rope, string, thread. Essential for daily life, used for fishing nets, bowstrings, woven baskets, simple textiles. The extraction process was laborious but effective. It often involved retting, leaves soaked in water, scutching, leaves beaten to free fibers. The resulting bowstring hemp was prized for strength and rot resistance. That practical use gave the plant a common name. Skills to make and use these fibers were passed down through generations. People managed and protected local stands, an early form of cultivation. Beyond utility, the snake plant held cultural and spiritual significance. Planted around homes as a protective charm to ward off evil, its sharp, upright leaves formed a symbolic barrier. In West Africa, it's linked to deities, used in rituals to invoke strength and protection. Resilience became a symbol of endurance. the plant was woven into the fabric of culture. It also featured in traditional medicine. Different parts were used as remedies for various ailments. Sap applied to cuts and wounds for antiseptic qualities. Infusions from roots or leaves treated toothaches. Respiratory problems. This history of medicinal use shows close observation of the plant. This deep relationship, built on utility, symbolism, and medicine, marks the beginning of the snake plant's long journey with humankind. The snake plant's journey from an African resource to a global household staple began in earnest during the late 19th and early 20th centuries. European explorers and botanists, documenting the flora of Africa, collected specimens and sent them back to botanical gardens across Europe. Initially, they were curiosities, exotic plants studied for their unique form and resilience. But as the Victorian era gave way to the 20th century, a new trend emerged: the rise of the houseplant. For the first time, keeping plants indoors purely for decoration became a widespread hobby, accessible not just to the wealthy with their grand conservatories, but also to the growing middle class in their new city apartments and suburban homes. This new domestic landscape was the perfect environment for the snake plant to flourish. Early 20th century homes were often darker than modern ones, with smaller windows and less reliable central heating. Many of the more delicate flowering plants that were popular struggled in these conditions. The snake plant, however, was perfectly suited for this challenge. Its tolerance for lower light levels, its ability to withstand fluctuating temperatures, and infrequent watering meant it could survive where others failed. It quickly gained a reputation as a tough, dependable plant, earning it another of its common names, mother-in-law's tongue, a humorous nod to its perceived sharpness and longevity. As the decades passed, the snake plant's popularity continued to grow. It became a common feature in offices, waiting rooms, and public buildings. It was incredibly low maintenance. It could be placed in a corner and largely forgotten, yet it would continue to stand tall and green, adding a touch of life to sterile environments. This reliability made it a favorite of facility managers and office workers alike. The plant was no longer just an exotic specimen. It was a workhorse, a silent, living piece of decoration that asked for almost nothing in return for its steady presence. This period cemented the snake plant's status as a classic. It was passed down through families, with pups and divisions being shared among friends and neighbors. It became a familiar backdrop to everyday life, a constant presence through changing times and design trends. Its journey was remarkable. A plant forged in the harsh African savanna had found a new, permanent home inside our buildings. It had successfully made the leap from a wild, utilitarian plant to a cherished and ubiquitous companion, proving its adaptability not just to different climates, but to different cultures and ways of life as well. The snake plant truly found its aesthetic calling with the rise of modernism in the mid-20th century. Design movements like Bauhaus and mid-century modern championed clean lines, simple forms, and the principle that form should follow function. The snake plant, with its bold, upright architectural leaves, was a perfect living embodiment of this philosophy. Its strong vertical presence acted as a natural sculpture, complementing minimalist furniture and uncluttered spaces. It added organic texture and life without the fussy, romantic feel of more traditional flowering plants. It was, and still is, the epitome of cool, understated elegance. Its popularity was amplified by a famous scientific study. In 1989, NASA published its Clean Air Study, which investigated ways to purify the air in sealed environments like space stations. The study tested a number of common houseplants and found that several, including the snake plant, were effective at removing certain volatile organic compounds: benzene, formaldehyde, trichloroethylene. The news became a marketing sensation. The snake plant was no longer just a tough, good-looking plant. It was now promoted as a natural air purifier, a super plant that could make our homes healthier. That headline-grabbing benefit boosted popularity. It is important, however, to approach the NASA study with a realistic perspective. The experiments were conducted in small, sealed laboratory chambers, a very different environment from the average home, which has natural air circulation from open doors and windows. To achieve a significant impact on air quality, you would need a huge number of plants, far more than is practical for most living spaces. While snake plants do indeed absorb these compounds, their effect in a typical room is minimal. Their greatest contribution to our well-being is more likely their psychological benefit, the calming presence of greenery and the sense of connection to the natural world. Despite the scientific caveats, the air purifying label has stuck, becoming a permanent part of the snake plant's modern identity. Combined with its striking appearance and incredible ease of care, it is easy to see why it has become a cornerstone of contemporary interior design. From minimalist apartments in Tokyo to bohemian lofts in New York, the snake plant is a global design staple. It is featured endlessly in magazines, on social media, and in designer showrooms. Its ability to fit seamlessly into almost any decor style, from industrial to Scandinavian to eclectic, ensures its enduring status as a true design icon. To truly appreciate the snake plant's resilience, we must look inside its leaves and understand their remarkable structure. A cross-section of a leaf reveals that it is not just a thin, flat blade. It is a highly specialized water storage organ. The interior is filled with a spongy tissue called parenchyma. Parenchyma is composed of large cells that act like tiny water balloons. When the plant is well watered, these cells swell up, holding a significant reserve of moisture. This stored water is what allows the plant to endure long periods of drought, slowly drawing on its internal reservoir when the soil is bone dry. The leaf is, in essence, a self-contained canteen. Protecting this precious water reserve is a thick, tough outer skin known as the epidermis. This skin is coated in a waxy layer called the cuticle, epidermis, parenchyma, stomata. This cuticle is almost completely waterproof, dramatically reducing water loss through evaporation into the surrounding air. Think of it as a layer of wax paper wrapped tightly around the leaf. This feature is especially critical in the hot, dry climates of its native habitat. But it also helps the plant cope with the dry indoor air created by central heating and air conditioning in our homes. Dotted across this protective surface are the stomata, the microscopic pores the plant uses for gas exchange. As we learned earlier, the snake plant employs CAM photosynthesis, meaning these stomata remain tightly shut during the heat of the day. An animated view would show these pores like tiny trapdoors, sealed against the sun to prevent moisture from escaping. Only under the cover of darkness do they open to take in the carbon dioxide needed for photosynthesis. This nocturnal breathing pattern is a defining feature of many drought-tolerant succulents and a key to the snake plant's survival. This combination of features, internal water storage, a waterproof outer layer, and nighttime breathing, makes the snake plant leaf a masterpiece of engineering. Every part of its anatomy is designed with one primary goal in mind: the conservation of water. This is why the plant is so forgiving of neglect. It has its own built-in survival kit. When we forget to water it, the plant simply switches to survival mode, relying on its internal reserves and shutting down non-essential processes until conditions improve. This efficient, self-sufficient design is the biological secret behind its reputation as an almost indestructible houseplant. The visible leaves are only half the story of the snake plant. Below the surface of the soil lies its hidden engine, a network of thick, fleshy rhizomes. These are modified underground stems that grow horizontally. This rhizome network serves several critical functions. Firstly, it acts as a storage organ. It holds extra water. It stores additional nutrients. That storage gives the plant a buffer against drought and starvation, making it more resilient. The rhizomes are like the plant's pantry. They're also its emergency backup system. Secondly, rhizomes are the main way the plant spreads and reproduces. As rhizomes extend, they periodically send up new shoots. Those shoots appear as small, pointed pups. The pups grow into new clusters of leaves. Over time, one plant can form a dense, expanding colony. This is how the plant colonizes an area. Rather than relying on seeds, it spreads vegetatively, connected to the parent's resource network. This slow rhizome expansion is why snake plants are slow growers. The plant first builds a robust underground structure before producing lots of top growth. It prioritizes a strong foundation over quick leaf flushes. That measured pace is typical of plants adapted to harsh environments. They aren't in a sprint, they're in a marathon. So a plant may do nothing for months, then suddenly send up a new pup. Understanding the rhizome is key to care and propagation. Slightly pot-bound conditions encourage rhizomes to produce pups, but if soil stays too wet, rhizomes, built for dry conditions, quickly decay. The hidden engine can become the plant's greatest vulnerability if neglected. This underground network is the true heart of the snake plant. It drives its growth, it ensures its spread, it dictates its needs. While many people are familiar with the common, upright Dracaena trifasciata, this is just one star in a vast and diverse galaxy of species. The world of snake plants is a universe filled with an incredible variety of shapes, sizes, colors, patterns. Exploring this diversity transforms one from a simple plant owner into a true collector. Let's begin with Dracaena pethera, often sold as Sansevieria kirki. Wide, wavy-edged leaves, mottled green patterns, leathery texture. Copper-tone cultivar, bronze and pinkish hues. Open star-shaped rosette, a departure from the familiar vertical form, moving from flat leaves to cylindrical ones. Dracaena angolensis, formerly known as Sansevieria cylindrica. Smooth, round, spear-like leaves grow from a central crown. They can be braided or grow into a fan shape. Dracaena masoniana, the whale fin Sansevieria. Enormous solitary paddle-like leaves, over a meter tall. A mottled surface like a gentle giant. A dramatic statement plant. Dracaena pinguicula, the walking Sansevieria. Short, thick, blue-green leaves that curve like claws. Stilt-like aerial roots. They slowly walk across the ground. In a pot, a prehistoric appearance. Dracaena pearsonii. Dense clumps, rigid, upright, deeply grooved leaves. Adaptations to specific niches in their native habitats, reflecting a rich evolutionary history. Fascination for growers who appreciate structural diversity. Dracaena hanningtoni, sometimes called samurai dwarf. V-shaped, stacked leaves, compact, symmetrical rosette. Dracaena bagamoyensis. Thin, arching, cylindrical leaves. A grass-like appearance. Dracaena suffruticosa. Sharp, pointed leaves that spiral around a central stem. Each of these species offers a different personality and a new challenge. Exploring this universe reveals the snake plant is not just one thing. It is a family of survivors, each with its own unique story and style, waiting to be discovered and admired. To truly master the care of these diverse species, we must move beyond the simple idea that they tolerate low light, and understand the science of what they truly need. Snake plants are highly adaptable, but they perform best when given bright, indirect light. To understand why, think about the light spectrum. Sunlight contains a full spectrum of colors, but plants primarily use red and blue light for photosynthesis. Blue light helps regulate leaf growth and structure. Red light is crucial for flowering and driving photosynthesis. A spot near a window that receives no direct sun provides a healthy balance of these wavelengths, fueling robust, steady growth. While snake plants can survive in low-light corners, their growth will be extremely slow. Variegated varieties may lose their patterns, reverting to solid green to maximize chlorophyll. They are surviving, not thriving. Conversely, direct, intense sunlight can be harmful. It can scorch the leaves, causing yellow or brown burnt patches. The intense light energy, combined with heat, overwhelms photosynthesis and damages leaf tissue. The ideal location mimics their native habitat. Bright filtered light for several hours a day, much like dappled sun under a larger tree on the savanna. Equally important as light is the soil beneath. Snake plants are succulents adapted to arid conditions, and their greatest enemy is waterlogged soil. Standard potting mix holds too much moisture and can quickly lead to root rot. The perfect soil is all about drainage and aeration. Chunky, porous, and free-draining. Mix regular potting soil with amendments like perlite, pumice, or coarse sand. Perlite, pumice, coarse sand. These additives create air pockets and prevent compaction. Perlite looks like small white balls. Expanded volcanic glass that holds air. Pumice is a volcanic rock that provides drainage and doesn't break down. Adding orchid bark or cocoa coir chunks can also improve structure, creating a loose, well-draining medium that mimics the gritty, rocky soils of their native environment. This focus on drainage is fundamental for healthy rhizomes and roots, keeping decay from moisture at bay. Watering is the area where most snake plant owners make mistakes. The golden rule is simple: water thoroughly but infrequently. These plants are adapted to periods of drought, so their roots aren't made to stay constantly moist. When you do water, do so generously, until water runs freely from the drainage holes. That ensures the entire root ball is hydrated. Deep watering also flushes mineral salts that build up from tap water or fertilizers, which can damage roots over time. The crucial part is what happens after watering. Allow the soil to dry out completely before watering again. For most indoors, that can mean once every 2 to 4 weeks, and even less in winter. Check by feel, not schedule. Stick a finger 2-3 inches into the soil. If you feel moisture, wait longer. A moisture meter can help. The drought-then flood cycle mimics the heavy, infrequent rains of the savanna, building strong roots. This technique ties directly to soil aeration. When water flows through a well-draining mix, it pulls fresh air down into the root zone as it exits. This is vital. Roots need to respire. They take in oxygen and release carbon dioxide. In dense, waterlogged soil, air pockets fill with water and suffocate roots. That lack of oxygen is the first step toward root rot. Use a chunky, porous mix so water drains and air can quickly return to soil spaces after watering, giving rhizomes the oxygen they need. Adjust watering with the seasons. In spring, with active growth and more light, water more often. In summer, you may need to water every few weeks. In autumn, growth slows as light and temperature fall. In winter, water minimally, sometimes only once every 1 or 2 months. Overwatering during dormancy is the most common cause of a snake plant's demise. The single greatest threat to a snake plant's health is root rot. This is not a disease in itself, but rather the result of a plant's roots decaying due to being in soil that is too wet for too long. The cause is almost always overwatering, poor drainage, or a pot without a drainage hole. The fleshy rhizomes and roots of the snake plant, designed to store water and live in dry conditions, are particularly susceptible. When they are deprived of oxygen and surrounded by constant moisture, fungal and bacterial pathogens naturally present in the soil, multiply, and attack the roots. The first signs of trouble often appear in the leaves. A plant suffering from root rot may develop yellowing leaves, a mushy or foul-smelling base, or leaves that become soft and fall over. This can be confusing, as these symptoms can look like the plant is thirsty, tempting the owner to water it even more, which only worsens the problem. The roots can no longer absorb water and nutrients, so the plant begins to decline. If you suspect root rot, act quickly. Gently remove the plant from its pot and inspect the roots. Healthy roots and rhizomes are firm, orange, or white in color. Rotted roots are dark brown or black, soft and mushy to the touch, and may have a bad odor. To save the plant, you'll need to perform surgery. Using a clean, sharp knife or pruning shears, carefully cut away all mushy, dead root tissue. Be ruthless. Any infected tissue left behind can spread the rot. If only a small part of the root system remains, you may also need to prune some of the leaves to reduce demand on roots. After trimming, let healthy rhizomes dry in open air for a day or two, so cuts can callus. This helps prevent new infections. Repot in fresh soil. Dry soil. Well-draining soil. In a clean pot with ample drainage. Do not water it immediately. Wait at least a week for roots to heal before reintroducing moisture. Prevention is the best cure. Use the right soil, a pot with a drainage hole, and a careful watering routine to keep root rot and fungal problems from taking hold. Section 1. Creating new life. The art of propagation. One of the most rewarding aspects of growing snake plants is how easily they can be propagated. Creating new plants from your existing collection is a simple and, well, fascinating process. The most common method is leaf cutting. Take a healthy, mature leaf, cut it into several sections, each about 2 to 3 inches long. It's very important to remember which end is the bottom and which end is the top. A simple way to keep track is to cut the top of each section flat and cut the bottom with a V shape. Side-by-side visual. Top flat, bottom V, so you always know the orientation. That simple trick ensures you plant them the right way up, giving them the best chance of success. Once you have your cuttings, you have 2 primary options. The first is propagating in water. Simply place the bottom edge of the leaf sections into a jar. Use an inch or 2 of clean water. Place the jar in a spot with bright, indirect light. Change the water every week to keep it fresh and prevent bacterial growth. Over the next few weeks to months, you'll begin to see small, white roots emerge from the cut edge. It's a slow but magical process to watch. This method lets you see progress firsthand. Very satisfying for beginners. The second option is propagating directly in soil. After taking your cuttings, let them sit out for a day or 2. That allows the cut surface to dry and form a callus to help prevent rot. Then insert the bottom edge of the cuttings about an inch deep into a pot. Use a well-draining, slightly moist soil mix, similar to what you'd use for a mature plant. Keep the soil lightly moist, but not wet. Place the pot in a warm, bright location. Roots will form beneath the surface. A process you can't see, so it asks for a bit more faith. A more direct and faster method is rhizome division. This is best done when repotting an overgrown plant. Gently remove the plant from its pot. Shake off the excess soil to expose the network of rhizomes. You will see distinct clumps of leaves, each with its own root system, connected by thick underground stems. Using a clean, sharp knife, carefully cut the rhizomes to separate the clumps into smaller plants. Each new division can be potted up immediately into its own container, giving you several new, mature-looking plants in a single afternoon. This method is highly reliable and the best way to manage a plant that's become too large for its pot. Section 2. The variegation question. When propagating snake plants, you may encounter a curious phenomenon related to variegation. Many popular cultivars, like the Dracaena trifasciata laurenti with its beautiful yellow edges, have this multi-toned patterning. If you propagate these varieties using the leaf cutting method, either in water or soil, the new plants that grow will almost always lose their variegation. The small pups that eventually sprout from the base of the cutting will be solid green, reverting to the plant's original non-variegated form. While the new plant is perfectly healthy, it will not be a clone of the parent's appearance. This happens because the variegation is a chimera, a genetic mutation present in only some layers of the leaf tissue. This means the cells responsible for the yellow or white patterns are not present in the new root and plantlet tissues that form from a simple cutting. The new growth defaults to the stable, all-green genetics of the species. So if your goal is to create more plants with that beautiful variegation, leaf cuttings are not the way to go. It is a fascinating lesson in plant genetics, demonstrating that not all propagation methods produce identical offspring. It also explains why the all-green snake plant is so common. For decades, it was inadvertently the most successfully propagated form, as any variegated leaf cutting would produce a green plant. How then do you preserve the variegation? The secret lies in the rhizome. The colored stripes on a variegated snake plant are maintained through the plant's primary growing points, which are located in the crown and the rhizome system. Therefore, to create a new plant that is a true clone of its variegated parent, you must use a method that includes a piece of this core tissue. The best way to do this is through rhizome division. When you separate a pup that has grown naturally from the parent plant's base, that pup has originated from the variegated rhizome and will carry the same genetic patterning. This is why isolating pups, or dividing a larger clump, is the preferred method for propagating prized variegated specimens. You are essentially just separating a smaller, already complete plant from the main colony. Simply wait for a pup to reach a decent size. A few inches tall is good, and then use a clean knife to sever its connection to the parent rhizome before potting it on its own. This ensures a 100% success rate in preserving those beautiful yellow, silver, or white markings. It requires more patience, as you must wait for the plant to produce pups. But the reward is a perfect, variegated copy of your original plant. Section 3. Curating your collection. Moving from owning a single snake plant to building a collection is a journey into the art of curation. It begins with appreciating the vast diversity of forms within the genus. A well-rounded collection often includes a variety of shapes and sizes. You can start by grouping plants based on their growth habit. Dracaena trifasciata, tall, vertical lines. Dracaena pethera kirki, low, architectural rosette. Dracaena pinguicula, quirky, claw-like leaves. This interplay of different forms creates visual interest and showcases the incredible adaptability of the species. Potting choices play a huge role in the aesthetic of your collection. Because snake plants have such strong sculptural forms, they pair beautifully with a wide range of pot styles. Simple, minimalist ceramic pots. Terracotta pots. Terracotta is an excellent functional choice as its porous nature helps the soil dry out faster, reducing the risk of root rot. For a more eclectic or bohemian look, you could use patterned pots, colorful pots, or textured pots. Grouping plants in pots of similar color or material can create a cohesive, intentional look, turning a simple plant shelf into a living art installation. Creating a beginner to expert pathway can be a fun way to structure your collection. A beginner might start with the nearly indestructible Dracaena trifasciata and the easygoing Dracaena angolensis cylindrica. As you gain confidence, you can move on to intermediate species like the impressive Dracaena masoniana whale fin or the beautifully patterned Dracaena pethera. These require a bit more attention to watering and light to look their best. Finally, you can seek out advanced or expert-level species, such as the slow-growing Dracaena pinguicula, or other rare, locality-specific varieties that demand more precise care, offering a rewarding challenge for the dedicated grower. When arranging your plants, think about creating layers and depth. Place taller species at the back of a display and shorter, rosette-forming types at the front. Use plant stands of varying heights to elevate certain specimens and create a dynamic, multi-level composition. Don't be afraid to mix different shades of green, from the deep, dark green of a black coral to the silvery tones of a moonshine or the mottled patterns of a zeylanica. A thoughtful collection is more than just a group of plants. It is a personal expression and a living tribute to the beauty and resilience of the Sansevieria family. Section 4. Troubleshooting common problems. Even the toughest plants can run into trouble, but thankfully, most snake plant issues are easy to diagnose and fix. The most common mistake, by far, is overwatering. If you see leaves turning yellow, becoming soft and mushy at the base, or simply falling over, your first suspect should be root rot. As we've discussed, the solution is to unpot the plant, trim away any black, mushy roots, and repot it in fresh, dry, well-draining soil. To prevent this, always let the soil dry out completely between waterings and ensure your pot has a drainage hole. Remember, it is always safer to underwater a snake plant than to overwater it. Another common issue is improper lighting. While snake plants tolerate low light, a plant that is not getting enough light may become leggy, with leaves that are pale and stretched out. Variegated varieties will often lose their colorful markings, reverting to solid green to create more chlorophyll. The fix is simple. Move the plant to a location with brighter, indirect light. Move it to a spot where it is protected from the harsh midday sun, perhaps behind a sheer curtain or a few feet away from the window. If you see brown, dry, crispy patches or bleached-looking spots on the leaves, the plant is likely getting too much direct sun. This is sunburn. Pests are not a frequent problem for snake plants, but they are not entirely immune. The most likely culprits are mealybugs and spider mites. Mealybugs look like tiny white cottony specks, often hiding in the crevices where leaves meet the base. Spider mites are harder to see, but they leave behind fine, delicate webbing. For both, you can treat the plant by wiping down the leaves with a cloth dipped in a solution of water and a little bit of rubbing alcohol or insecticidal soap. Be sure to inspect the plant regularly to catch any infestations early before they become a major problem. Finally, you might occasionally see brown, mushy spots appearing on the leaves themselves, away from the base. This is often a sign of a fungal leaf spot disease, which can occur if water sits on the leaves for too long in a humid, low air circulation environment. The best prevention is to water the soil directly, avoiding splashing the foliage. If you spot an infected leaf, it is often best to prune it off with a clean blade to prevent the fungus from spreading. By understanding these few common issues, you can easily troubleshoot any problem that arises, ensuring your snake plants remain healthy, strong, and beautiful for many years to come. Section 1. As we draw our journey to a close, the snake plant is far more than a simple, indestructible houseplant. It is a living testament to millions of years of evolution, a master of survival forged in Africa's harsh, arid landscapes. Its enduring popularity comes from that heritage. The same biological tricks that let it survive drought and intense heat are what make it forgiving at home. It stores water in its leaves. It has a thick, protective skin, and it uses a clever nocturnal breathing cycle. These are chapters in an epic story of resilience. This plant doesn't just decorate, it teaches persistence and adaptation. Its journey intertwined with ours, ancient use as a source of strong fiber for rope and for bowstrings. It also held symbolic roles in cultural traditions. That connection continued into the modern era, where its clean architectural form matched contemporary design. It transitioned from utilitarian resource to global style icon, finding a home in living rooms, offices, and public spaces. Headlines about air purification boosted its reputation and cemented its must-have status. A quiet, steadfast companion, it asks for little yet offers a calming presence, a slice of wild nature tamed for indoors. The genus is remarkably diverse, from the towering whalefin to the quirky walking Sansevieria. Each species tells a different story of adaptation. Understanding the science behind care transforms owners into custodians. Bright, indirect light, well-draining soil, infrequent watering. Slow growth is a deliberate long-term strategy. Its real vulnerability is too much water. In summary, strength, beauty, adaptability. It has conquered harsh environments and the modern home. Success comes from form and function in balance. The features that make it a biological marvel also make it an ideal houseplant. Self-sufficient, structurally beautiful, endlessly fascinating. It earned its place not by fragility, but by unyielding, graceful strength. Section 2. The future is green. A collector's journey. Looking ahead, the future of the snake plant seems brighter than ever. Its popularity continues to surge, driven by a new generation of plant lovers who value its easy-care nature and minimalist aesthetic. As more people live in smaller urban spaces, demand for low-fuss indoor plants will increase. The snake plant is perfectly positioned to meet this need. But beyond its beginner-friendly role, a new trend is emerging: the collector. Enthusiasts look beyond common varieties, seeking rare species, unusual species, and new cultivars. This fuels a global community of collectors, connected on social media and online forums. People share photos of prized specimens, trade cuttings, swap pups, and discuss cultivation techniques. Growers are developing stunning new cultivars with unique colors and patterns. The quest for Dracaena pinguicula, or Dracaena masoniana variegata, drives passionate collecting. This trend aids conservation and propagation of genetic diversity, as plants are cultivated in homes worldwide, safeguarding them for the future. The snake plant remains a scientific interest. The NASA study brought fame, and research into photosynthesis and drought resistance mechanisms continues. Understanding water management in their cells could inform resilient crop development. Homes become distributed laboratories where growers observe plant adaptation. That collective knowledge, shared online, deepens our understanding. Our exploration of Sansevieria is only just beginning. From ancient African roots to future collector's prize, the story continues. Its adaptability, beauty, and quiet strength will keep it cherished for generations. From single plant to curated collection, the journey is rewarding. Continue this journey with us. Subscribe for more deep dives into rare Sansevieria species and the fascinating world of advanced plant science.